So Democrats are kicking off their summer meeting in the city of Minneapolis, but amidst the party's struggles on multiple fronts, the focus was on launching attacks against President Trump and the MAGA base. And let's just say it got off to a less than smooth start. Take a listen.
Good morning. Good morning, Democrats. We need more. Paul, I need more sound. Good morning. Good morning, Democrats.
Very energetic start there. Joining us now is former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Mr. Speaker, always good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Good to see you.
So Democrats obviously are still trying to find their footing and what their message is going to be after the 2024 election. Right now, it still seems to be just resist Donald Trump. Take a listen.
We have one side led by a dictator-in-chief who's decided to throw these values into the dustbin of history.
That this administration is whipping up these unnecessary crises to distract from the real world.
Think of how easy it would be to be a damn Republican. Oh, what should I wear today? This stupid freaking red hat. What should I say today? I don't know. Just make sure it's cruel. Who do we listen to? That guy. Oh, the felon in the White House? Yeah, listen to him and that will be fine.
Is rolling out Tim Walz what the base wants right now?
No, Tim had them lose, and this is what they're coming back to. And then the part you didn't play is they started out apologizing for being an American, but that this is not our land.
The land acknowledgement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time I think they're going to right the ship, they go backwards a little further. They're further down today than they were with the election. I think if the election was reheld today, President Trump would win by a bigger margin. It's unbelievable.
Well, the thing is also, this caught my attention, is that millions in the Harris campaign expenses are still way on the DNC. So Axios' Alex Thompson wrote this, that as of July 31st, and you can explain to us why this matters so much, the DNC had $13.9 million on hand. The RNC had $84.3 million on hand. Now, that might be typical if you have whoever the president is, but this disparity is huge. And they've been railing against President Trump so much, but they're not bringing in any money from it.
They're not bringing money in from it, but also they're paying Harris's debt. She got more than $1 billion, and when the election came, you couldn't tell the three things she was going to do, but she put him in debt, and they paid like 14 or 15 million of that, and there's a $70 million difference right now.
Wow.
That's hard to keep up when you're in the minority like that, and they have no message that's resonating to bring people through, and the only Democrats out there that are resonating and getting money are the socialists.
Yeah.
DNC Chair Ken Martin has been urging Democrats to fight more. We've heard him say that, they've been bringing a knife to a knife fight. Then he says they need to bring a bazooka to a knife fight. Now he says they're bringing a pencil to a knife fight. But back in May, Politico got this recording of him crying on a call amongst Democrats because he felt that David Hogg was making his job harder. Let's take a listen. We'll get your thoughts on the other side.
No one knows who the hell I am, right? I'm trying to get my sea legs underneath of me and actually develop any amount of credibility so I can go out there and raise the money and do the job I need to put ourselves in a position to win. And again, I don't think you intended this, but you essentially destroyed any chance I have to show the leadership that I need to. So it's really frustrating.
Sounds a little emotional there at the end.
They got rid of the wrong person. He should have resigned if he felt that way. He's the leader, and he's crying, nobody knows me, and you said I can't now do my job. And all they've done is fight internally and remove a young person. He may disagree with them, but they eliminated extra voices. This is what they've done to fail themselves, that they pick who their nominee is instead of allowing them to have a normal primary. The number one thing they should do, change what they have been doing. Stop putting the losers out front. I'd change their current leadership. Hakeem can't make a decision. The new leader is going to be this new socialist mayor. And what I would go out there and do and be authentic. If he thinks he's not the leader, then let somebody else who really wants to be the leader lead them, because otherwise they're going nowhere and they're paying off the debt from the last person who only ran for 107 days.
So November of 26 might seem like a long way for some people, but to me, it's like the Democrats are running out of time to get themselves righted for a really good showing at the midterm. Am I wrong?
Yes, every day they're losing ground. They're lower percentage-wise they've been, and this should be a good year for them, and they're doing everything wrong. Kamala Harris is not paying off her debt. She's trying to go do a book tour and leaving it to the DNC, and they're $70 million behind. Look, as a Republican, Great job. Keep it up.
But is there anything the Republicans should be worried about or concerned about or be thinking about in terms of the midterms and the Democrats at this moment?
I would, because on an off presidential year, it's usually concerning. The one thing about Republicans that they should know, President Trump had an excellent election. Republicans did not.
Yeah.
They should have won more seats. They lost in a time where he won the popular vote. The last time a Republican has done that, a popular vote, has been 36 years. You should have been able to surf during that time. Yeah. You should have won seats instead of losing seats.
Yeah, and then
Good
you wouldn't
point.
need to redistrict, maybe.
Exactly.
All right,
That's
Kevin
a whole nother
McCarthy,
discussion.
thanks for being
Good
here.
to see you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.